And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Page alongside the Salem International Baseball coaching staff, Addison Rouse, coming into his first season. And Coach Rouse, 16 players we announced the signing of yesterday. So just kind of give me an overview of the guys that you've got coming in and what the overall talent level is.
No, we're excited about the group. I think one of the biggest things for us was strength in numbers. We got the job and we realized we were pretty thin on our roster size and felt like one of the most important things was to create competition at spots. So we always say when kids come on visits, we always say, success breeds success, but competition breeds competition. So we brought in, a number of kids early. Clearly, and we'll probably hit into it later, we still want to keep bringing in more kids to our program, but we're excited about this group. We got guys that pretty much hit at every position that we're going to need. We got some guys that are immediate impact guys. We got some guys that are going to be some depth guys. We have some guys that are going to develop, and if it all works out the way it's supposed to, I think a number of these guys can make some pretty significant contributions in their career for Salem baseball.
And with looking at the guys that you've been able to ink during the early signing period, it seems like a lot of them are really prepared to be a part of something bigger here at Salem, with how the program has been over the last couple of years. So just talk about the excitement level that you've been able to get from these kids, knowing what they have a chance to be a part of.
Yeah, I think that's one of the coolest things about this recruiting process, and I give a ton of credit to Coach Gorkos. And we talked about not only we wanted to evaluate our talent level and potential upside tools, et cetera, but we wanted to know the character and the culture. And these kids want to be a part of our brick by brick motto. These kids want to be a part of the change in Salem. We always talk about taking back West Virginia, and we tell them when they visit, 3 of our goals are to be the best D2 in the state of West Virginia. Number 2 is to be regionally, be the best D2 in the region, and the number 3 is to be nationally recognized. And these kids not only want to be a part of that, but I think the coolest thing for us is they believe that we can achieve that and that we can get to that point. And when they're on board, it makes a world of difference in your program. So we're really excited about their enthusiasm and about their just desire to see Salem baseball changed and turned around and flipped and all those things you want to put into it. They're ready to go, and it makes our job a lot of fun, and we're excited about these kids.
So of the 15 kids that we announced coming in all over the United States and even going into Alaska, to bring kids in. So just talk about when it goes into the recruiting process, how different it is to recruit kids from different areas, because you have your kids from Florida that you're bringing in, but then you have your kids from New Jersey, then you have kids right here in West Virginia, but then Alaska. How do you go out about getting a kid from Alaska to come to Salem, West Virginia?
Okay, well, kind of two-part question there. The first thing is we've met as a staff. We don't want to leave any area untapped. You see the New England or the northern flair is kind of from my experience at my previous institution, Eastern Nazarene. I spent all summer recruiting in that area. So I saw a ton of those kids, like their New York kids and our Jersey kids. And then, when it comes to the Florida and Michigan and everywhere else, like we've said, we don't want to leave any area untapped. And if we have a kid that's from, Maine to Florida to Alaska to Hawaii that can impact our program and help us, we're going to at least cross the T's, dot the I's, and look into it. As far as the Alaskan connection, that's huge credit to Coach G. We were sitting in the office one night. It was a late night. We spend a lot of time, in the fall. It's not uncommon for us to do 9 a.m. to 10, 11 p.m., making calls and text messages and looking at profiles. An Alaskan profile came up, and I made a joke with Coach G. I said, "Hey, buddy," I said, "Bet you can't get this kid to come to Salem." And he kind of made a slight remark. He said, "Game on, buddy. Game on, coach." And 2 weeks later, this kid was verbally committing, and he goes, and then the kid goes, "Hey, I got a buddy that pitches," and next thing you know, there's 2 Alaskan kids coming to West Virginia next year, and that's a huge testament to Coach G and then our just desire to, a lot of times you would look at that profile and go, ha ha ha, Alaska, and we took it seriously and we pursued it and we looked at the kid's video and made contact with the family, and again, next thing you know, there's 2 Alaskan kids making their commitment to come play for us in West Virginia.
And so going into the 2017 season, full schedule slate for you guys. It's going to start off in February, make the trip down south, start off in South Carolina. So just talk about going through and setting up the schedule and how you feel like the schedule is set up for the team that you have this year coming in 2017.
No, definitely. We're excited about the schedule. We play a lot of really, really good teams. The previous regime really believed in a hard first month, and I give them credit. They loaded up with some high-level teams, and I think for two things. One, it's going to be really good for our program to go down and play some of the big boys, the Armstrong Atlantics, the Erskines, the Bartons, and it's going to give us an indication of, okay, this is what elite Division II college baseball looks like. And it'll give us an indication what we need to recruit moving forward and help us as a staff and a program seeing what those teams are all about. And then on the flip side, with our current team and that whole model about what's important now is this team and this culture is we want to see our guys go down there and overachieve and hey, go shocking Erskine, go shocking Armstrong, go do something that maybe we're not supposed to do right now, and because that not only builds their confidence and helps these current kids believe that they can be successful right away and we can overachieve in 2017, but it also starts showing the rest of this state and this region, hey, Salem baseball is in good hands. Salem baseball is beating people they're not supposed to beat, and it's going to become a normal thing moving forward if we go down there and get things started right away here in February against a tough schedule. And again, we'd love to go down there and win a couple games and surprise some people, and it could do a lot for our program.
Doug Page talking here along with Salem International head baseball coach Addison Rouse, and this hashtag brick by brick, it's something that caught on with your coaching staff, and now it's caught on with the early commits and even the players here. Just talk about how that came about and how you want that motto to be for your team, going forward, not only this season but beyond that.
No, Doug, I really appreciate you throwing that in there, because that's a huge part of our program. Is when I got this job and I felt like it was crucial to have a motto, have a saying or something that would symbolize what this program is hopefully going to be about. And I've always and I tell all the kids that come on visits and even our staff, I'm cliche as it gets. I love quotes. I love all that cool rah-rah stuff. Anybody who play with me or coach with me knows I'm all about the pregame speeches, and we do a prayer, and we got all kinds of stuff that I think is really kind of neat and cool and fun. But this brick by brick thing is we're embodying that. And here's what it stands for: is if you look at a house or you're building something, you want to build a firm foundation. You want to build a foundation that's sustainable. You want to build a foundation that can withstand the ebbs and the flows, the highs and the lows. And we want to be able to build on that. Which, when you lay bricks and you have endless supply of land, you have possibilities to build. And then again, when things are tough and you got a foundation that's laid upon bricks, it can withstand tough times, and it can withstand when things get hard. And the positive, it can grow. And so, our brick by brick motto is we want to keep laying bricks. We want to keep laying a firm, strong, sustainable foundation. And the thing that I think, and I know Coach Brad and our staff and our players will attest to it, one of the most amazing things about that whole motto is everybody's kind of bought into it. It's on the Twitter handles. Kids tweet it, our recruits tweet it. You see it in the quotes in the article. I mean, the kids really, really believe that this brick by brick thing is more than just a motto, that it can be what this program is about. And that's been really cool to have all the guys not go, oh, Coach Addy, that's some dumb motto. No, it's, hey, guys, this is what Salem baseball is about. Hashtag brick by brick, we're going to build this thing. And that's really, really cool to see everybody buying in and believing in it.
And coming to Salem from Eastern Nazarene and having been in conferences, you're coming to Salem, competing as an independent in 2017. Talk about how that adds in a different flavor to the scheduling, but also the mindset of approaching games, being an independent, and not having that conference set up to worry about when you go, especially going into weekend play.
No, it's different. Definitely when I was in my previous institution, conference. Everything you do prepares you for conference, and now it's a little bit different for us. And I'll be the first one to be as transparent and say, hey, we all hope and pray and are confident we're going to get in a conference here soon, but right now we're not. And you have to make the most of it. You have to deal with it and roll with it. And we've turned it into a positive. I think the coolest thing about this independent sequence that we're in right now is we can dictate our schedule. We're gonna, our 2018 schedule, which we'll get down the road, people are going to hear, but we're finished. We have 50 games scheduled in 2018. We've scheduled everything ourselves, and we've picked who we wanted to play. And we think it can be a positive, because what we hope for is that we can have this independent schedule. We can start getting wins under our belt. We can start being successful. We can start building our program. And then by the time that Salem hopefully gets into a conference, we've built our program to where it's at a position where they can compete at a high level for a conference championship, for a regional, because, and as anybody would say, right now we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We still have a ways to go, and hopefully our independent status allows us to build and progress to where when we get into conference, we're going to be ready for all that conference play, 4 9-inning games, and all that those things have. I mean, there's a lot that goes into playing conference baseball, and we hope this independent stuff can prepare us for when we get into conference. We'll be ready for it.
You know, and looking at the 2017 schedule, obviously a good bulk of the schedule will be played down south, but 8 or 9 games scheduled here in Salem. Talk about the games being played, at Frank Laurie Field, and your experiences having played there during your playing days, and just what you want the kids to get out of that playing experience at Frank Laurie.
Yeah, I think, and I know Coach Gorkas agrees with me, it is crucial for us to have home baseball games. I'll throw in a little 2018 push. We have 22 home games scheduled on the road. Right now we have 8, 9, 10 dates, and we're going to have to, for 2017, we're going to, we want to make those experiences. I kind of steal off our basketball staff, and Coach Williams and Coach Woody, if they say they want those basketball games to not just be a game, they want it to be an event, they want it to be an atmosphere, and we want to pack the Frank. We want students to come. We want faculty and staff to come. We've been told that if we're successful, people in the city of Clarksburg and Bridgeport are going to come support us. And playing at home, I think, it gives you home field advantage, lets you sleep in your own bed, et cetera, all those cool things. But it's a home game. It's our field that we practice on. It's our field that we're comfortable playing on, and there's a lot of advantages to it. But the biggest of all is just getting the support. No one wants to drive an hour to Parkersburg. No one wants to drive 2 hours to Charleston, and they want to come in your backyard and support you on and just as well as I do, nothing better than a beautiful spring day.
Yep.
With a beautiful mountain background and able to watch some Tigers baseball. We think if we're gonna start getting good and start having home games, we think people will come and support us. So we think the home field stuff is great, and even though it's limited in 2017, we're really eager to show the progress that we've made in the product that we hopefully are going to be able to put on the field for all the community and campus and everybody else that's going to be supporters of us.
And just talk quickly so far too about how the local recruiting has been. 3 players that are signed during the early signing period from the state of West Virginia. 1 from Doddridge County. So just talk about how the locals have been able to buy into your guys' recruiting plan and what their thoughts on it have been.
No, I think that's a great great thing to talk about. Is I think you have to win locally. If you want to build a program, I will say it point blank, you have to win in your backyard. You have to beat the ABs for kids. You have to beat the Ohio Valleys. You have to compete against the Davis Nelkins and the Charlestons and the West Liberties. And this state is dominated by D2 baseball programs. And if we're going to be successful, we need to win in our backyard. And being able to add so many local kids early has exceeded our expectations. It's been great. It's been outstanding. Insert anything you want to insert. It's really, really positive for Salem baseball that we've won locally and beaten some good programs out for some local kids. One of the coolest compliments we have is the coach at South Harrison, big Twitter guy, and he sent me a direct message about a month ago and said, "Hey, Coach Addy, word's getting out about the Tigers. People are talking about Salem baseball. Our players are talking about Salem baseball. Local baseball people in the community are saying, who's this new staff at Salem? And we've been in the newspaper. We've been in the news for the breast cancer walk and the canned food drive, and we're getting involved locally and starting to win some people over. And I think it's only going to add to our success. It's going to springboard our success, and I think it's imperative for Salem baseball to win in your backyard if we're going to take this program to the next level.
Thank you for joining me today, Coach Rouse, and it's a great time to be able to chat with you, and look forward to the 2017 season and hopefully the first of many podcasts that we'll have you on, and excited about the 2017 season, and hopefully the best of luck to the Tigers moving forward.
Awesome, Doug. We really appreciate it, and want to also throw a quick shout out in before we go is huge shout out to my right hand guy, Coach Gorkos. He's been a young guy, came all the way from Illinois, and he's been unbelievable to me and our program and our kids, and there is zero chance that Salem baseball would be moving forward like it is if it wasn't for his help and the assistance that he provides. I mean, he's not my assistant, he's my right-hand guy, and we're lucky to have him, and we look forward to doing these down the road, and we thank you for all that you do for us.
Thank you.